Welcome to the Startup Funding Espresso. I'm Hall T. Martin, where we talk about how to raise funding and invest in startups and the time it takes to drink an espresso. If you have a question about startup funding or investing, please go to the website, startupfundingespresso.com, and type in your question into the chat bot in the lower right corner to receive an answer. I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, this is Hall T. Martin with the Startup Funding Espresso, your daily shot of startup funding and investing. Investors funding startups go through a great number of deals to find the ones to fund. The investor won't know for several months or years if the deal is going to work out or not. The startup's fundraise is typically over after 6 months or a year. The investor often brings their personal business experience to the selection process. For startups, this may or may not be the best way to screen startup deals. Markets and technologies change over time, so it's important to keep up to date with one's selection process. Here's how to hone your deal selection process. For the next 25 startups, write out which ones you would invest in and why. Do the same for those you would not invest in and state why. You visit those 25 startups 3 to 6 months later to find out what happened to them. Compare their outcomes with your written projections. This will tune your selection process by giving you more factors to consider. From time to time, hone your selection process to find out what's working in the startup world and what is not. Thank you for joining us for the Startup Funding Espresso, where we help startups and investors connect for funding. Let's go start listening to today. Hall T. Martin is the director of Investor Connect, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors for early-stage funding. All opinions expressed by Hall and podcast guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of Investor Connect. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions.